Right, I decided to quickly come after church, drive the 60 k's to the lake, and come and have a restful time for a moment. So I'm glad you're here. If you're watching this, I am going to enjoy myself here. That's it. Alright, I'm grabbing onto the grass. Just have to pull it in, make sure the lure is clean, because the fish just simply doesn't take it if there's any grass on it. So yeah, I think it's just better to make sure. Yeah, right, it's clean. Sometimes, you know, you can feel it get stuck to the grass, and then obviously you're wasting your time if you're drawing it, pulling it all the way with a bunch of grass on it. But it's amazing how you tend to learn to see the reaction of the tip of your rod, how it reacts when it's not loaded with grass and so on, you know. But there's that grassy areas that usually holds the fish anyway, so you have to just bear with that. But it's all for the enjoyment. It's a lovely day. Weather's great. A little bit of a breeze, which is fine, keeps you cool. So I'm on the water and I'm here to enjoy myself. And hopefully I'll get some proper footage on camera. I'm doing this for myself, absolutely. So building my own memory of my fishing experiences here, Stanford Lake. I'll probably have to go to different places, because yeah, it gets a little bit monotonous to catch the same water all the time, especially if you're catching on a smallish type of pond or dam or lake like this. So I might be venturing out to Tanin or so on to try out some of those dams in that area, including the big Tanin Dam. There is some hippos there sometimes, but they say if you stay away from them, there shouldn't be a problem for you. I'm still a little bit hesitant in doing that, but probably get to do that soon. But for now, I'm just back on Stanford. My wife's walking in the natural forest, beautiful area. She's doing the trip around the property of Stanford Lake, which also borders onto Ebenezer Dam, quite a few k's of shoreline, you could say, on the Ebenezer. So when you come here, you can enjoy the Ebenezer Dam as well. If you want to catch different types of fish like carp and so on, you are welcome to go and sit on that side and catch in Ebenezer Dam. But for me, I'm a bass guy. I like the whole experience of being on the water, being close to nature and that whole thing. So that's what I do. I'm not a big sit down and waiting for a carp to bite type of person, you know. Okay, so one thing to remember when you catch with a fluke amongst the lilies is that when you pull it over the lilies, it really feels exactly like a bite, you know, that little bit of a sensation you get on the tip of your rod. So you have to keep your eye on your lure and see where you are. The other thing is you have to be patient with this thing because it's so light. Give it some time to go down and just do that natural motion of floating down to the bottom. I think that's how it's designed, you know. I've got a hook with a knot. Hell, I'll like get this thing out. That's it. Now that will cause problems on the spool for sure. Alright, so this corner here, I just like, it's just like for some reason I always expect the fish to be here, you know. It looks just like this is a spot where they'll be hanging out, you know. And especially between, there's a little bit of a gully type of thing it makes there between the grass, and I think it's quite deep down there, so it makes a nice little valley there, just to let your lure fall down there and just float down. I actually was sitting very close to that thing and I let my lure go down and I saw the fish coming and it actually struck it, but unfortunately didn't take it properly, you know. So definitely I have some faith in this area. You see, that's exactly there where I dropped it now. Just going to leave it there. I'll fix my lure, my line here. It's probably a dangerous situation. Hopefully if it takes it so well that I don't even have to hook it. Actually amazing to see how it looks underwater. I don't know if you saw last week's footage, how beautiful it is actually in the water, in this world that the fish are actually living in. It's quite a beautiful, tranquil world. So now I can kind of imagine myself how it looks down there. Imagine how the lure kind of floats around that beautiful lilies, and trying to imagine how it would look if it's appetizing for the fish. Well, I've never skunked on this lake. It's never happened that I've skunked, but I didn't catch a single fish. So I hope to keep that reputation up, that I at least catch one fish today in this couple of hours I've got here. It's about 2 o'clock, a little bit after 2, so I've got probably about 4 hours fishing. Although the season is beginning to turn here in South Africa, yeah, it's definitely getting a little bit less fishing time, you know. Winter is coming closer to us. The days are getting shorter, sun is coming up later in the mornings. I actually don't even hear the cars passing by in the distance. Unfortunately, sometimes you get these biker gangs. They actually come far. They come all the way from Joburg sometimes to come and visit Stanford and stuff like that. You know, and they enjoy driving this Cliff Pass with their bikes, and that can get a bit kind of noisy when there's 10 super bikes coming by on the road. So that can be a bit of a nuisance. I just hooked a nice lily fish here. See, there's no reason you cannot catch a huge fish on this simple little rubber fish called a fluke. I mean, last week that one I caught just underneath the tree, that was on a black fluke with a red tail. So yeah, now I'm sitting here on top of the lilies on my kayak, and all I need to do is just enjoy the moment. It's just so nice, so peaceful. Me and my wife actually just had a nice lunch there in Johannesburg. There's quite a few restaurants, and the one we like to sit at, because it's a nice open veranda area where you can sit. It used to be a huge tree, but that thing came down probably a month ago or so, luckily with no people there. And you can buy very nice food there. I mean, I had a T-bone now. I usually have a lamb curry or something like that, but today I felt like a nice T-bone steak. That's it. Oh, there's our first fish that came off. Okay, but that's not a skunk. At least I did catch one, although it wasn't in the boat. And that wasn't a huge fish. So yeah, the smaller ones also goes for this, for the fluke. So yeah, just going to drop it back there in that same spot. You know, you try to throw it a little bit further over your target area, and then you take some time to pull it in. If your line starts doing something funny, you know there might be something happening there. Lovely bird life in this area as well. You can see on Stanford Lake's website, we've got a very comprehensive list of all the birds that you can find here. So if you're a bird watcher, it's definitely a great place to spend time. Other Stanford Lake is this lodges, this wooden log homes. It's just beautiful. I mean, the double-story one is built of this big, heavy logs, and you just got that real, authentic log home feeling when you're in there. You know, must have been quite a job to build that place, I must say. So just that in itself is quite a unique experience, you know. So then you can go and walk in the forest, mark off your birds. You can do fishing, you can do all kinds of awesome stuff here. And there was a sports event here, like a triathlon they had this morning, and quite a few people from our church was attending there. So we found them there at the restaurant now. Actually, just across the road is the other side of Stanford Lake, where the school is, and that was where the sports event was this morning. And that's the only nuisance of this long grass. Oh, I hate it when they fall into that grass, and see, now that thing is suspended there. Luckily it came loose, and now it's floating down to the bottom. Give it more than enough time just to go down. It's a good fish. Good fish, good fish. Come on, come on. Yes! Beautiful, you see. Give it enough time just to get part of the environment and just sit back and relax. Look at that. Nice fish, man. Nice fish. This must be probably, I would say, this is probably, let's say, 530 grams. Let's see how close I am. Come on. Hold it. Oh, not even. 500, 470. 470, okay. So yeah, that fish actually took it quite here in the open water, not very close to the lilies, you know. So maybe they chase it for a while, see what's happening, you know. Or they're hanging out here in the open, who knows. What can be nicer than doing this? Tell me, there where you are now, wouldn't you rather be here and sit on this beautiful piece of water? And yeah, we were talking this morning, you know, in church and so on, about how precious your time is. You know, if you must think of the most valuable thing in the world for people, it's nothing else than time. Time is something you cannot buy from somebody else. You only have a certain amount of time in life, and don't waste it, you know. So basically what we do every day is we get up and we're going to trade with our time for whatever else, you know. Either you're going to use your time to generate money, you're going to use your time to develop a skill, you can use your time to you know, develop a relationship with people, all kinds of things that has value, and then just enjoy stuff, you know. So I'm trading some time for this experience, and that is, I'm very happy doing this. Spent 4 hours doing this on a Sunday afternoon, and it just like revitalizes me. It just makes me feel, you know, it helps you be positive about stuff that might seem difficult, because when you're tired and you're a little bit stressed out, stuff seems to look a bit more difficult than it's supposed to be, you know. But when you feel better and you're rested, you tend to look for the positive things in life. So good sleep and effective use of time there. It's probably one of those secrets of life type of thing, especially if you've had half a century of time behind you already, more than half a century. You must just make sure that you start using the time that you have effectively, productively. Don't waste time, rather waste money. Better to waste money than time, eh? You know, this is the time, well, it's always the time for that, but when they start moving around, that you really have to be alert for any kind of indication of where they might be. It just makes your job so much easier if you know where there is a fish that is in a striking mood because he's like broken the surface or something. Okay, I'm doing the responsible thing now, making sure I protect myself a little bit. Come on. I say, wow, that little bush, see that little bush of reeds there, dropped it there and immediately, it's like he was waiting for it. Wonderful. Okay, this one's, yeah, look at this belly, wow, look at this thing. Is it gonna spawn or what? No, it can't be. So it will probably be a little bit heavier, this guy. So let's say, let's estimate it 650 grams. 650. $680 on the dot. Wow, that's not bad. 330 grams out. Yes. Come on. Ania, come on. Yes. Whoa, I just had it there. Look at that. Look at that big hole in the lip. That's so lovely. In the late afternoon sun at Stanford Lake. Another fish. Oh, I just love this. I just love spending my time like this, where it's just, I just love it. Time to have something to drink. Cheers. Oh yes. Oh yes. Just like that. He took this thing so well. I say that every time, but seriously, this one, I actually thought I felt it the first time and I said, no, that can't be something. Oh yes, I almost swallowed this thing. Oh my thunder, dude. Dude, you took it just too well this time. Shucks. Yes, like, that's bad. That is bad actually. Oh shucks, but I'm not gonna get this one out. That's it. Okay. I did it. I saved you, dude. I saved him. Okay. This one doesn't need any surgery, luckily. Also, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. That's it. Lovely. Yes, I'm gonna smell like fish today, where I've been manhandling these fish big time. I don't know, I've been counting, but it's definitely not a skunk day. Come on. Wow, this fluke red, dark green fluke with a red tail works beautifully, man. Look at this. Very, very effective. I'm very chuffed with it. See? Nice. So quite a small fish, smallest of the day, but it's still great fun. So yeah, this lure, I'm very happy with it, man. Gonna have to buy more of them. See, that's how everybody makes a little bit of money out of anybody else, you know. The guy that sells the fishing gear offers a service where somebody trades his time and his money to be able to sit here and catch some fish, and somebody makes a little bit of money out of selling lures. Everybody has something they can do. Everybody has something they can do to generate a little bit of money in life. Let's see if I can just turn the boat. So this piece of grassy area here, this grassy area has been good to me so far. Might as well hang out here a little bit. Wow. Oh. I thought I saw a huge fish moving there, but it was the duck coming up out of the water. I wonder what exactly they harvest underneath the water. Like, is it the roots, or what do they eat? Does somebody know what the ducks eat? And they dive down to the bottom and come up again. I actually don't know if they can even reach the bottom. They're probably too buoyant to reach the bottom. Throw it over the target area and let it go sink down, and then you start slowly pull it into your target area, which is obviously this bush of reeds here in front of me. Hoping that some fish is like lying there in ambush, waiting for something easy to come by. Okay, we're coming to the end, close to the end of our fishing trip today. Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. It was good. It was really good. The weather was great, relaxing. I was very relaxed all the time. Never felt disappointed in how the fishing went. And yeah, caught about 5, I think. And they were all like, now well, there were a couple that was smaller than 500 grams, but quite a few over 500. So this little red-tailed fluke did a good job. Quite happy with it. I definitely will be using it more often. I'll still be catching maybe a little bit more than half an hour, so hopefully I'll still get something here. But in the meantime, I just want to say to you, thank you so much for joining me. I just enjoy doing this, so hopefully you enjoy doing this as well. It's not the most exciting fishing expedition that you might see on YouTube, definitely not. But the idea is just to relax and maybe share it with somebody that might appreciate it. And remember, if you're here in South Africa, feel like coming to Stanford Lake, just go to their website. Great accommodation, great fishing here, as you can see, and you will never be sorry that you spent the money and the time to come and relax at Stanford Lake for a weekend or so. May this be a good week for you. May only the best things happen to you. May you only hear good news. May you lay down a lot of your burdens that you might have been maybe carrying around with you for a while. And if you are a believer, trust in God. Always just trust in God for Him having the best plan, best idea for you always. Sometimes if it doesn't look too good for you, just hang in there. Trust God. Trust that He's good, that He will sort things out for you. Okay, thanks for joining me again here. It's Feel Good Fishing. Hopefully I will see you again.